Good morning, Ro. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I missed my regulator song, but other than that, it's good. I understand it's Halloween, so we're good.
It's Halloween.
It's a little freaky down here in South Louisiana. You know how New Orleans is and this part of the country is on Halloween.
We got to throw you off ahead of this LSU Alabama game, Ro. Get you outside your comfort zone.
It's not. It ain't working. It ain't working. Right? And I saw you retweeting what the little wide receiver said.
Oh.
Just know, eventually they're gonna have to play the game.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Hey,
2
that's
weeks
good.
out.
Let's
I
go.
like it. Hey, NFL bye weeks. How do you guys use these weeks to check out of the game?
You really just want to get away, man. Kind of get away, get to your family, get to a relaxing place. Watch football this weekend, but really take some time away from it physically and mentally, kind of check out for a little while and understand what you're going to have to do, as Saturday, Sunday gets to rolling back around. You're watching football, but really get ready to check back in and try and finish off this season the right way. But for right now, man, the way this team's played, Sean gave them the whole week off. You really appreciate that. 7 days off, so you really get away, check out completely, go on a vacation, go somewhere warm, put your feet in the sand somewhere, and then be ready to get back in there. Maybe even order a Harperita or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Hey, did you ever have a favorite bye week vacation yourself?
Whenever I went to Miami a couple of times.
It's easy being breezy.
I'm not going to give details.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how relaxing the Miami trip sounds. A lot of fun.
Drew Brees, first game back, 3 scores, over 300 yards, business as usual. You can't be surprised, huh?
Well, you know what? I was not surprised, but I appreciated how Sean went about it. They did a lot of quick throws. I figured Arizona was going to try and blitz him a lot, really try and throw him off his timing, things like that. They did that. They ran a lot of 5-man pressures, 6-man pressures. Drew did a great job of just getting the ball out, getting it out to Latavius Murray, doing some other things like that. They didn't go downfield a lot. I think they were very smart and situational about when they actually attempted to go downfield with throws. And Drew executed the game plan just excellent. You look up, Arizona made some good plays and tried to keep her offense off the field early, but that was all off trick plays. They didn't just line up and just methodically move the ball against that same defense, and they had some big plays. And let's be honest here. Let's give him credit. This guy, Kyler Murray, this boy's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's electrifying with the ball. That play he made and made Cam Jordan go 3-4 different directions at one time, it was awesome to see in live. And you just really appreciate very talented players, electrifying. He's got a big arm. He can throw from all different angles. And now you understand why he was the number 1 overall pick. But overall, when the game settled in and the Saints actually started to score, the game was not going to be close.
Cam had a sack last weekend. This defense right now, Roman, always outside the locker room, outside of the franchise. People always said all they need is kind of a middle-of-the-tier defense, middle of the pack, because they got Brees and Peyton in the offense, and they should be fine. When they have a defense like this, how good can they be?
I mean, the sky's the limit. I told you last week I bought my hotel for Miami, so I'm already there. So
Well, it sounds like you like Miami anyway there, Ro. But yes.
But, you look at it, when I was there, the success, our defense is not as good statistically. But, when it comes to yards, touchdowns, we gave up big plays all the time. But our biggest thing was, hey, we hung our hat on. We were going to force turnovers. We're going to create havoc. We're going to speed up the pace defensively and put pressure on other teams' offense by us blitzing, causing turnovers, being erratically that way. And at the end of the day, we want our offense to get back on the field. Now you look at this defense, they are really just shutting teams down on third down, not allowing them to run the ball, really playing more of a stymie-type defense. They're not forcing as many turnovers. If you do get a turnover, that's just sugar on top. But overall, they're playing great defense statistically. And also, now you're getting the offense on the field. But I feel like our offense is more explosive when I was there. We had more weapons. We had Marcus Colston. We had Lance Moore. We had Devery Henderson.
Yeah.
You had Robert Mason. You had, 3 running backs and Reggie Bush, Pierre Thomas, Mike Bell. You had all these other guys. Jeremy Shockey at tight end. So I think it's a total different animal within itself. Looking at this team, I think the defense has really been carrying this team versus when we were there. It was a combination of kind of turnovers defensively and offensively being very explosive and putting up a lot of points.
So pro football, there's a Pro Football Focus Saints account, and what they said was they pointed out that C.J. Gardner-Johnson has graded as the NFL's second best slot cornerback the last 2 weeks with like an 81, 83 grade. The point being is, what have you seen out of Gardner-Johnson, the rookie, and like kind of what's your evaluation of his play?
Well, I thought he's been tackling really well in space. I think guys around him are actually helping him communicate. I saw some different checks and some things like that where he gets it, he understands. And look, he's playing because of injuries to P.J. Williams and Patrick Robinson.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, they drafted him because he had this skill set. He was a very high-rated safety coming out of the league, coming out of college, and he just didn't interview well all the time. So they fell to the Saints. And you take guys like that, and you understand what they do well, and you allow them to do that. I think Dennis Allen and Aaron Glenn, those guys are doing a great job with allowing him to be who he is, and really just utilizing his skill set because he can cover. He is good in lower zones. And as long as guys are around him to kind of help him communicate, take that pressure off these young DBs, because that is the biggest thing that so many people don't understand is communication as a safety is so hard in the NFL. And so now you allow the other guys that are veterans around him to communicate. So now all he has to do is go play. And next, now you have a great result. Kind of the same way we did when Malcolm Jenkins and I were here my last year in New Orleans when we had Kenny Vaccaro as a rookie safety that was playing a lot of nickel and some other things. We took all the thinking off of him, just allowed him to play. And sometimes when you do that, that's when you're at your best.
Roman Harper, every week's conversation brought to you by El Rio Grande Mexican Restaurant on Airline Highway and, of course, the Hemp Doctor online at thehempdoctor.com. Two things away from the Saints. Your thoughts on San Francisco last week, what they did to Carolina, and how legitimate is San Francisco in the NFC as far as being a contender at the end?
Well, I did a power ranking the other day, and my two top teams in the NFL right now were New England Patriots and San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
I know some of the other people want to talk about the Saints, but you got to give credit when credit's due. Teams are undefeated for a reason. They came out there and whooped the dog mess out of the Panthers last week, and we understand why, all right? It's also a bad matchup. I think the Saints are a much, much better matchup looking forward if you want to look that far ahead, right? The Carolina Panthers' weakest link is their offensive line. The 49ers' strongest link is their defensive line. So that right there alone is just not going to match up well. Yeah. I think the Saints, personally, they have better offensive tackles, so you're not going to see all that leaky pressure and all that other stuff. All right, Sean Payton's going to draw up a game plan, and it's not going to allow somebody like Nick Bosa to just rip and tear up and down the line without one or two people hitting on him every play. So you got to have some different things to kind of slow down some things. I think Sean would have a better understanding, a better concepts going into it, and not just let that kind of happen. Also, the Saints defense is actually playing better than what Carolina's defense is doing. Well, Carolina allows a lot of rushing yards, and that's what they did last week. I don't think the Saints would allow as many rushing yards. So now you would have to depend on Jimmy Garoppolo to have to try to beat you, and that would play right into your hands. You would like that matchup. So I think it's a total different team. But right now, matchup-wise, but I do like the San Francisco 49ers because they know who they are as a team. They know what's successful with them. They know they're going to play really great defense. They're forcing a lot of teams to be 3 and out, and they're forcing punts, and they're playing great defense. They're getting after your quarterback. Every time you hit a quarterback, man, they become more and more human. They become more and more like that junior high quarterback that was throwing 4 or 5 interceptions, even though they're in the pros. But if you hit them, they're not good.
Seeing ghosts.
I hear the young Harpers running around the household back there. How do they celebrate Halloween? What are they dressing up as?
Yeah, what's the plan?
All right, man. So, yeah, man. Well, as a matter of fact, how are kids out of school? Like, that's what I want to know. What's going on?
Are they out of school in Carolina?
Wait, they don't have school?
Yeah.
What?
They're out of school. Yeah, exactly. I got 2 of them at home right now. They made it. Some teachers made up some teacher day. The other one, I don't even understand. She got out yesterday.
Yes.
All right. So
it's a heady play by the teachers.
My son is going to be Bumblebee, and he kind of can transform.
Okay,
I'll be
nice.
Optimus Prime.
Okay.
And then my wife also wanted us to be a family picture or something.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Aladdin. So I think I'm Aladdin. My youngest daughter is going to be the princess. Then my other daughter is going to be – who are you going to be? Who?
Iago?
She's going to be the genie. She'll be the genie.
Okay.
Then my wife is going to be the tiger. My son, who's the baby, because he's the littlest one, he's going to be the king because the king was shorter than everybody. And
That's
then
right,
my
we were.
dog is – yeah, and then my dog's going to be the monkey.
And your wife dressing up as a tiger a week ahead of the Alabama LSU game. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting, Roman.
Look, we can just stop talking right now. The Saints are all. We can just get this thing going right now. All right.
All right.
Look.
All right. I mean.
So what do you think? What do you think?
Well, I think it's going. First of all, I think it's going to be a shootout. I would take the over, whatever the
Yes.
over is.
Yeah.
I'll take it. All right. Everybody's going to say it's going to be defensive battle and blah blah blah. I know LSU's defense is getting healthier, but they still don't scare me. Stingley, if he's healthy, that's a good thing for you guys.
I mean, how about that cat, Rowe, as a true freshman?
He's the best defensive back you guys have. I know everybody loves Delpit, but Stingley to me is the best guy you got. Delpit he hasn't really showed out that much this year to me. I think he's played better in his past, but
is it the last person that has the ball wins?
Yes. And look, and I'll be honest with you, our quarterback Mac Jones ain't bad, so I'm kind of comfortable either way.
Feeling extra cocky.
I do. I really do. I think the home field advantage, and at the end of the day, I mean, Nick Saban has got to play a role in this too. I think our coach is better than you guys' coach. I love Eddie O. I think he's perfect for LSU. Your guys' quarterback is great. He is definitely one of the Heisman front runners, if not the Heisman front runner. So give them credit for what they've done. But at the end of the day, I mean, 90-something% of everybody would take our coach over you guys' coach, and I think that's going to play a role.
Okay. Calm down. Technically true.
There's a little primer on the There's a little primer on the undercard, getting you set up for the heavyweight fight next week. Looking forward to our conversation, man. Thank you, Roman.